you've been interested in getting solar panels for your home, listen up. They can be a good long-term investment, both for your bank account and the environment. But we've received numerous complaints about a company called Pink Energy. They used to be known as Power Home Solar. With thousands of customers operating in 15 states, including Pennsylvania, hundreds of customers have filed complaints, many saying that they're out tens of thousands of dollars and stuck with solar panels that don't work. CBS 21's Jessica Babb has been investigating, getting answers on how you can protect yourself.
It's been a horrifying experience from day one.
Feels like I got duped.
It's a big waste of money.
These are some of the complaints from across the Commonwealth about Pink Energy promises.
They're selling her a dream of what she's wanted for these years, and now it's turned into a nightmare.
This is wrong. I mean, right now I got a paperweight on my roof. That's all I got.
Pink Energy, the major solar panel installation company, recently rebranded, changing their name from Power Home Solar.
I wish their product was what they said it was.
These are just a fraction of the customers who say they feel misled. All of their stories similar.
We were guaranteed at least 40% savings.
They say sales reps told them their solar panels would save them big on their electric bills.
That was how it was explained to me, that this system was going to be so big that I wasn't going to have any electric bill, and the electric company would pay me back money that would equal or almost equal what the payments were on the solar system.
That deal was only good for that day.
Customers tell me their sales reps wouldn't leave information behind.
You can ask for information, details. They're very vague.
When it comes to signing on the dotted line, many customers say they felt like they didn't have time to dig into the details and comb through the contracts, often signing them electronically.
He just pressured and pressured and pressured.
The sales rep himself, it must have had enough BS to baffle me.
Some say they even saw delays getting their systems turned on after issues with inspections and permits.
Service after the sale does not exist.
In the letter, Pink Energy, they say equipment issues from Generac have cost them big. They also say they've had more post-sale cancellations, a decline in sales, and an increase in service calls. These issues are with a device in the solar system called the Snap RS. According to a lawsuit just filed by Pink Energy, they say these defective parts have melted, burned, and in some cases even caused house fires. And they claim that's why people's panels haven't been working. This announcement comes after they just laid off 500 employees a week and a half ago, not including 600 cuts that were already made earlier this year. As we've reported on Pink Energy before, we've told you how they've gotten hundreds of complaints from across the country, accusing sales reps of misleading customers, along with customer service and energy production problems. In a recent press conference before closing, Pink Energy CEO Jason Waller said shutting down could be a reality.
I would say, look, we aren't perfect. I am not here to put all blame of every Pink Energy issue on Generac, but I'm the first to tell you that yes, we have installation issues, we've had sales issues, we've had customer service issues. We were a growing company during the pandemic, adding jobs. If this ends up putting us out of business, and it may, I hope it doesn't, it may, the customers are going to have to go after Generac.
In response to the lawsuit, Generac says they stand behind their products and say when the proper installation is not followed, there could be issues with the Snap RS devices. As it stands now, thousands of people still have these Snap RS devices on their homes. I'm continuing my investigation into Pink Energy, and I'm asking questions about what this newest development now means for customers. We'll bring you that story Monday at 11.
Pink Energy, a national solar panel installation company, has closed. This comes as Pink Energy just filed a lawsuit against one of its former suppliers, saying some of the parts in the solar systems are defective, even causing fire hazards. And we've told you about some of the issues customers have had with this company before. Well, now CBS 21's Jessica Babb is working to figure out what their closure means for customers all across the Commonwealth.
Pink Energy made the announcement they were shutting down in a letter sent to employees Wednesday night, laying everyone off immediately, saying equipment issues have cost them big. Some of those issues are outlined in this lawsuit they filed against Generac, saying an allegedly defective part called the Snap RS in some cases has been melting, burning, and even causing house fires. Even though Pink Energy is closing, thousands of people still have this part on their homes.
This is a dangerous situation.
I was scared.
With defective SnapRS parts causing serious solar panel problems.
That worries me tremendously.
Our past investigations have shown Pink Energy, formerly known as Power Home Solar, has gotten hundreds of complaints from across the country, accusing sales reps of misleading customers, locking them into lucrative contracts, along with customer service and energy production problems.
For us, been kind of financially devastating.
Now the company has closed their doors, but Pink Energy says Generac is partially to blame. This lawsuit they filed in August laying it out. The SnapRS devices supplied by Generac to Pink Energy are designed to quickly shut down solar panels, protecting against lightning and electrical surges. In the lawsuit, Pink Energy says they first found a melted SnapRS device on a service call in April of 2021. The lawsuit claims months later the devices caused 2 different house fires, with a third possible fire under investigation, and are the reason people's solar panels aren't producing what was promised.
I can't control the equipment failure where we were misled for 10 months.
While Generac says they're confident in the safety of their products, the lawsuit says in 2021, Generac did develop a firmware fix.
Problem was, as Generac told us, the firmware fixed it permanently.
But Pink Energy CEO Jason Waller says it instead caused solar systems to shut down. He says they saw a spike in their customer complaints, going from 800 service calls a month to 30,000. Along with the drop in sales, it's something the company claims caused the closure.
Our customers have been hurt, our employees have been unfairly judged, and our company's reputation has been severely damaged.
At a recent press conference before shutting down,
I'm asking that Generac take responsibility, do a national recall like they should have done at the beginning.
Waller at the time even saying this closure could come.
If this ends up putting us out of business, and it may, I hope it doesn't, it may, the customers are going to have to go after Generac.
But in the lawsuit, it says Pink Energy was told by Generac a product recall wasn't necessary. Through a FOIA, I've been trying to track down a report submitted to the Consumer Product Safety Commission, but I was denied since it's related to an open investigation. A spokesperson for Generac says when product installation guidelines aren't followed, quote, as appears to be the case with some Pink Energy installations, they say there can be issues with the SnapRS devices. A new part has been developed, but as of September, Pink Energy put the responsibility for repairs on Generac.
I think they're trying to pass the buck.
They're just putting the bill off on Generac, but my contract's not with Generac. My contract was with Power Home.
Pink Energy says around 7,000 customers have had their SnapRS devices replaced, but say there's around 11,000 more who still need new ones.
You need to get them changed.
Pink Energy customer Pamela Clater says hers were replaced.
They were all cracked open and busted. There's no telling what could have happened.
But along with other customers, says her Pink Energy problems started long before the SnapRS devices.
The install was poor. The customer service was poor. And I'm not going to deny that there is a role that Generac plays in all of this. It just feels like a complete lack of accountability once again.
I first talked with York County resident Dale Kesey months ago.
Since we last talked, how have your panels been working?
Not so well. My roof was ruined.
While his SnapRS devices have been replaced, he says he's still not saving big.
This is my home. I don't want it burning down because of faulty equipment.
Franklin County resident Sonia Overholzer's system does work. Some of her electricity bills have been eliminated, but says her appointments with Pink Energy to get her SnapRS devices replaced kept getting pushed back or canceled.
We aren't perfect. I am not here to put all blame of every Pink Energy issue on Generac, but I'm the first to tell you that yes, we have installation issues, we've had sales issues, we've had customer service issues. We were a growing company during the pandemic.
After that press conference, I had a one-on-one with Waller, pressing him about some of these issues.
How is Pink Energy taking responsibility for those problems?
We didn't know there were SNAP issues till earlier this year. Like now we're addressing it, but we put all the protocols we can as an organization and what we believe in to make sure that it's an integrity-driven business.
A lot of customers I've talked with feel that this lawsuit is Pink Energy passing the blame onto Generac and not taking responsibility for some of the other issues that have nothing to do with Generac. What do you have to say about that?
We have our workmanship warranty, but if it goes back to the Generac issue, we're not passing the buck. We didn't spend money to sue them just to put blame on them. You know, we're going after them because we want them to do a national recall, make it right for these customers.
Before shutting down, saying,
we don't have the resources to fix each one of these customers fast enough.
Pink Energy just laid off 500 employees, with total layoffs cutting 1,100 positions before closing altogether, laying everyone off.
I don't really know where that leaves us.
I want this all to disappear.
If you're a customer, we're still working on getting more information for you, but in the meantime, the Pennsylvania Attorney General says if you've been harmed by the company, you should reach out and file a complaint. We have a link to do that on our website at cbs21.com.
Tonight, we're digging deeper into Pink Energy. That's the solar installation company that suddenly shut down and is now filed for bankruptcy.
This is hundreds of customers across the country have been complaining, saying their systems don't work. As investigations into the company ramp up, CBS 21's Jessica Babb is now pulling back the curtain, giving us a look inside the company.
It was a very unfortunate way that it all ended.
It's far from a storybook ending.
It's devastating. We went there to help you reach your goals, and that's not what we did.
Former Pink Energy employees say it wasn't a solar success.
I would apologize to any customers, that I had any involvement with that had a less than desirable experience.
Pink Energy, the solar installation company, suddenly shut down as customer complaints kept climbing.
I got to go in on Monday and told everyone that they didn't have a job, including myself. My son worked for me. He's 21. Just got a new house. He was, and I had to tell them all that I didn't really have any answers and I was sorry.
And to watch them close like that was heartbreaking. I was kind of mad, actually. I kind of thought it was like taking the easy way out.
With lawsuits stacking up, so was the pressure on Pink Energy. This lawsuit was filed by the company Owens Corning, alleging trademark infringement. Not to mention, attorney generals in 5 states are investigating Pink Energy. Some of them are already taking legal action. I talked with former Pink Energy employees working at different offices across the country, all saying similar things.
It was a grind and our turnover was high.
We were forced to adopt a lifestyle of get your numbers or get out the door.
We genuinely did just want to help people.
I'm sure you've seen a lot of the feedback that customers have said about the company with misleading sales practices, poor installations, bad customer service. What are your thoughts on that?
It's unfortunately true.
For some who sold.
For those people to think that we were all out to get them, it is rough.
She says while she wasn't dishonest.
We had stuff that changed so often. We have a meeting every Monday and there was probably 2 or 3 updates, depending on what state, maybe more, throughout the week.
But in other cases, like for Jason Richard, a former project manager at the Harrisburg office.
From your experience, did sales reps mislead customers?
Yes. Not all the time, and I'm not going to say that, I don't believe they went out there with the intention of misleading. I just don't think they knew any better.
How so?
I don't think they understood what they were selling.
Was anything ever done to stop that?
Yeah, so like I said, it didn't happen too much at our location because I would address it.
He says what started out as a good experience eventually took a turn.
They were making me kind of almost question my own morals on things, like how we were treating the guys, just making the guys work 17 hours a day, doing very unsafe things.
There were many weeks where I worked 100, 115 hours, especially, just as an apprentice without any journeyman present. It was very stressful.
They say there wasn't enough training.
I was not trained enough at all.
You have salesmen who weren't being trained properly. Production-wise, just hire as many guys as possible. Experience doesn't matter. Get them out there installing. I'm not saying Generac doesn't have its own faults, but when you have inexperienced people installing stuff, things are going to go wrong.
Doing a search on OSHA, Pink Energy, formerly Power Home Solar, has been cited for safety violations. Since June of 2020, they've been cited for asbestos hazards, fall hazards, and unsafe scaffolding, with 2 active investigations still open.
There were times where things would be wired improperly. Systems wouldn't even be configured with settings to make them as efficient as they should be. It was hard to find any clear answers on most subjects when there were problems with the solar system.
Not to mention, they say working at Pink Energy was like a revolving door.
At one point in time, I had 27 people quit within a week. How can you ever expect to put out a quality product if you have to replace and train a new employee every 2 weeks?
As some solar parts started malfunctioning and systems stopped working.
I don't think that anybody knew how widespread the problem was going to be.
That's why a national recall really needs to happen, because I can't live with the fact that someone's house burns down.
How do you feel knowing that there's customers who signed contracts thinking they'd get one thing when in reality they end up with something else?
It's painful. I think we were just way too focused on money instead of on how to create a quality company that's going to last for decades. On behalf of the employees, we all cared, and it wasn't a scam or a money grab for us.
I want all those people to be taken care of. A lot of my name, emotion, and pride is in those projects.
You know, but try and understand that people were overworked, they were underpaid, they were tired, and they were doing the best that they could in the circumstances that they were given. I'm not gonna say we don't have our blame to take, because we do, you know, because ultimately it was our hands that did it. But we are apologetic, you know, and we want you guys to have the best experience possible. And we're sorry that you weren't able to get that.